Everyone is moving to Greenville, South Carolina right now, and you've seen the rankings, best place to live in America, or at least in South Carolina. The waterfalls, the downtown shots, but nobody's telling you what people actually hate about living in the Upstate and in Greenville, South Carolina. And before you move here, there's a very real chance that you're gonna love your house and you might hate your life. I'm Jeffrey Sublett with Remax Reach right here in Greenville, South Carolina. And today, I'm not trying to sell you the dream. I'm showing you the trade-offs, the frustration, the stuff that people complain about. And then I'm gonna show you how or what actually happens behind the scenes and how you're gonna win anyways. Because Greenville's not this perfect place, but it's powerful if you understand it. Okay, let's start with the number one complaint on TikTok, Instagram, pretty much everywhere. They complain about the what? You said it right. The traffic, and specifically Woodruff Road. If you move here thinking it's gonna be some quiet little southern town where you're just gonna cruise around with no issues, right here, I'm gonna humble you first and fast, because Woodruff Road, Five Forks, it's where I live, and the 385 and I-85 during rush hour gets backed up tremendously. It gets frustrating, and it catches a lot of people off guard. It did me when we moved here 3 years ago. And here's the problem. Most people experience Greenville traffic before they even understand how Greenville, South Carolina works. In this traffic, and they're getting irritated, and they start thinking that they made this big mistake. Now here's the flip, and this is where locals really win. Greenville traffic is not random, it's patterned. There are back roads, there are timing strategies, entire corridors of people that we don't even know exist. And on top of that, there are major infrastructure projects already underway to relieve some of this infrastructure stress that everybody's complaining about. But the biggest advantage, especially for relocation buyers, is that you don't have to live in the problem. If you choose the right area based on your lifestyle and your commute, you're gonna barely even feel any type of commute. So traffic isn't the issue. Bad locations and bad decisions are the issue. Specifically, I want to talk about rush hour on the I-85, right there by the Costco, the Sam's Club, the whole area of Woodruff Road that people complain about. And it gets backed up tremendously at I-85. From 4 to 6, big time, you are gonna stop. Now let's talk about the money, because this one hits people really hard. Greenville's not cheap anymore. That version of this city is gone. The average price is into the mid 3s and even down to the low 400s. And if you're looking in certain areas, you're easily into the 500s. So people move here expecting a deal, and instead they feel like they're stretching it. Now that is all relative, because it is a deal if you're moving from the West Coast or New York prices. But here's what people miss, is that you don't miss cheap. You caught the growth. Greenville is still significantly more affordable than Charleston, than Asheville, than Nashville, some of the major cities in the West Coast. Forget about it. It's a whole nother stratosphere of cost out there. And here, major employers, healthcare expansion, we are increasing our infrastructure development. This is not just a thing that I'm saying, it's already in the works. It's not a stagnant market. So prices, yes, have gone up, but that's because the demand here in Greenville is real. And the people who understand that early are the ones who are building equity here currently. Ooh, that kind of was good. Hey, let's get real about the environment for a second. Summers are not just hot, they are humid and sticky as a mug. You walk outside in July and it immediately, I don't know, ooh, that hurt. Smacks you in the face though, I'm telling you. But spring hits and it turns yellow. I mean, not the air, but the car. the porch, the driveway. You can literally wipe pollen constantly. It's that thick. And if you're not used to it, or if you have allergy problems, that's going to be a tremendous shock to you. But here's the trade-off. Look around this place. The reason Greenville is so green and so full of life and so absolutely gorgeous is because of that exact environment. You're getting 4 real seasons. You're getting mild winters where you can still be outside, still play golf. Can I get an amen? Still enjoy life. So yeah, you deal with a few intense weeks of pollen and some humid months, but in exchange, you get one of the most livable outdoor environments in all of the Southeast. And that's a trade a lot of people are willing to make. That's one of the reasons we moved here. One of our top reasons was 4 seasons. And people will complain and say, oh, it's all 4 seasons in one day. Well, man, I'm telling you, the Greenville area specifically, really mild winters, a little bit longer summers. People will complain about it, but I've lived in Florida before, okay? And people complain about the traffic, and I've lived in Denver before, okay? It's all relative. Now, this one is the one that matters, healthcare. And I'm going to be straight with you here. Healthcare access, specialists, man, the waiting times can be frustrating. My wife has rheumatoid arthritis and has been waited months to see a specialist. The systems are strong, but the demand has grown so much faster than the infrastructure. So yes, in some cases, you're going to be waiting longer than you'd like to be waiting. But here's what's happening right now, and most people, they don't actually see this. Prisma Health is expanding. Bon Secours Francis Health System is continuing to grow. They're literally building new hospitals right now in the Greenville area. And Novant Health is coming with major investments and building a new activities facility. That creates competition. That brings in doctors, that improves access. So yes, healthcare has been playing catch up, but it's catching up extremely fast. Especially if you drive around, you're gonna actually see them building these hospitals. And if you're moving here and you're stepping into that improvement phase, that's a win-win. Another big complaint is people think Greenville is fully walkable, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It is not, okay? Downtown, incredible. But outside of that, most areas are extremely car dependent. You're driving to a store, driving to dinner, driving to activities. You're driving everywhere, basically. But the truth is, the walkability isn't missing, it's selective. If you want that lifestyle, you can absolutely find it in the downtown area, in the Travelers Rest area, anywhere during the Swamp Rabbit Trail, 22 miles from Travelers Rest to downtown. Those give you that walkability feel. But if you choose suburban lifestyle, Simpsonville, Malden, Greer, you're choosing space and convenience over walkability. And that's not a flaw. That's just your decision. And what the trade-off is that you want. The problem is when people don't realize that before they sign that contract and before they buy. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you so you don't have to face those same exact problems. Let's talk about the jobs here in the Upstate. If you're moving here without a plan, this can hit you. Salaries here are not always going to match larger metro areas. That's just reality. But here's the opportunity. Greenville is a strategy city between major employees like Lockheed Martin, BMW, Michelin, Goodyear. They are continuing their business growth and the rise of remote workers. Isuzu is building a new plant with 600 jobs. Combining lower cost of living with outside income, that's where the advantage is. And if you approach this market strategically, I'm telling you, it is gonna work in your favor. And if you don't, you're gonna feel the frustration come in really, really hefty and really quick. Now let's talk about the growth. People love Greenville. That's why you're watching this video, until they see everyone else moving to it. More traffic, more development, more people, and they start saying, well, it's getting too crowded. I mean, my TikTok is blowing up with, don't move here, we're full. And no, we're not full. That's just people hating on the growth. But the reality is that growth is exactly what drives property values, new restaurants, better amenities, an overall quality of life. The same exact thing that people are complaining about is the same thing that builds their equity. Greenville's not shrinking, at least not anytime soon. It's actually expanding. And that expansion is what makes Greenville and all of the upstate super powerful. For instance, Woodruff, South Carolina, about 40 minutes from downtown, about 20 minutes to Five Forks area, and they are building a brand new high school that's already been built. It actually opens up this September right by the BMW electrical battery plant. The opportunity is fierce here, I'm telling you. Now let's talk about the 55 plus communities. If you're coming here expecting this to be the Florida lifestyle retirement setup with endless resorts, Nope, it's not going to be that way. You'll notice a difference immediately. There are some options like the Del Webb in Greenville, but it's not saturated with those type of developments yet, not like Florida is. But here's the shift. Greenville, it isn't built as a retirement-only destination. It's built as a lifestyle city. And what we're seeing now is more master planned communities, more and more development, more options for people. That's actually the options, they're being created to meet the demand. We have a lot of people that are moving here and retiring here, and they're looking for those type of Del Webb communities. So while it may feel limited today, it's actively evolving. So make sure you text me, get on my drip campaign, because I will always be there for you, whether it's 12 months down the road, 24 months, or 36. Okay, so here is the truth. Greenville has flaws, but every city does. But what makes Greenville such a different place is that it's not finished yet. It's still growing, it's still evolving, it's still improving in real time. And if you only focus on the negatives, you're not gonna move here. Honestly, I can find negatives about every city. And if we only focus on the positives, then it's gonna feel like you moved here for the wrong reasons, okay? The win is understanding the positives and the negatives together and deciding which one you want to trade off for your lifestyle. That's where I come in. If you're thinking about moving to Greenville, South Carolina, don't guess on this. Call me, text me, reach out. My number's up on the screen. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I'm gonna help you figure this out, figure where your family actually fits in so that you don't just buy a house, you build a life that works for you and your family. I'm Jeffrey Sublett, boots on ground here at the RE/MAX Reach Malden office, and I'm always here to help. Give me a call, shoot me a text, hustle, heart, home, and always grace.